mean I need to sign into my own. Not the time.
No más.
How do I check? Hey! Test, test, test. Oh wow, that's 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. Can I not see how many people are watching? Right, constant chatter. This is just for Zoom testing. Does it out of focus? It does still out of focus. So I guess I can if so should I share it somewhere? Let's share it on the how do I share? Can I share? Copy link. At least put it on in my own Discord. This everyone, this has been a minute. I'm doing a small stream. This stream, this time on Tubs. Yeah, for the moment, can I not see? If I open up this, can I actually see how many people are watching? Somebody. Yeah. Okay. Right, and here I can see I haven't dropped any frames yet, so at least that's better than what it used to be. Da 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 da. Perhaps just put a song in my head again. Does this mess up my bitrate? I think we're golden. So the idea, present viewers, but perhaps people watching later, because I think if I do it right and it does not delete the stream, then I guess people will be able to watch it later. I am wondering, however, if I should put this up a little bit higher still. Put some more stuff out of the way. This way it's a bit easier to keep track of the things. It does seem to mess up the auto focus a bit. So I'm building mostly by looking at the screen now, which is a bit strange. Instead of, can I not auto? Nope, nope, nope. How do I okay, guess this is it then. Let's get started. Now for today I just have a basic setup where I have a store-bought set. Don't know, in the future I might do like a stream where I build something from my own, but I think I won't be able to, or I won't want to build something that is like someone's mock, since then I'm showing every brick and step again. That I wanted to step away from, pun not intended. So yeah, today it's just a build, a small build to test out if anyone during this whole stream comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if I get no live views, since the very last stream I ever did on Twitch, which was not Lego related, but kind of getting back to the roots now. The very last stream I did, the backside of a manual. The manual can be a hint. I'll also probably first remove all the minifigs from any bags, since that will give it away immediately. I'm also hoping I'm never putting in the manual in the screen or in the frame, because otherwise it would also be too easy to guess, I think. This is the size of the sticker sheet. So there are stickers, and there was a little light shining through, giving you a bit more of a hint in terms of colors and so on. I think if I put my manual over here, yeah, I can go until here before you see anything. So first off, let me open this bag. Perhaps I'll try to, don't know what the ideal distance is from the microphone. I also just realized I have not put on any filters, which is probably for the best, since otherwise I'm taking away all the ripping sounds and the brick connection sounds. Perhaps I should also put something here, so there's always something in frame, but it might be better if I put something that is flat. So for starters, yeah, it is still auto zooming. It probably wants to zoom on a face. It wasn't doing that when it was a little bit closer. So, that's the problem with a first stream, figuring it out. See, now it doesn't do the auto zooming, and it auto zooms, but it stays connected to that zoom level. So let's open this first one and take out the minifig, because that would be cheating. Again, once I start using colors and there's a little bit more of a hint. Finally a brick separator. Once I put some more colored pieces on here, it will be obvious immediately what I'm building, but until then, does this have a piece of headgear? It does seem to have it. I'll slide it in from the side. Do away with this as well, just to be sure. I'll probably either way. Oh wait, I think I just had a viewer, but already gone. At least, yeah. Even if it was only for a few seconds, I at least had one. I don't know if they updated the update rates, but it used to be that I remember I could just have streams with no viewers, and I guess that's the problem solved with YouTube, because once I stream it will be on my YouTube channel for ages, so you never know. If I ever hit it big, people can still go back to watch these amazing streams that otherwise they might have missed. With all of that said, let's start building. So, starting, perhaps I should declare all of the pieces I'm using as a kind of test to try to familiarize myself a bit more with how things are called. This is a plate. It's a 2x10 plate, and to that we connect two 1x4 bricks. Smart. So yeah, I think for the moment I would not know yet what this is. Going just by the bricks that are on the screen right now, I think there's not too much of a giveaway yet. The colors I would think of are not too prevalent yet. So hopefully the mystery remains for just a few more minutes as I go through this first batch. So this is our first sub-build. Manual now telling me to select this 2x6 plate. Go to this brown, reddish brown. I wonder, is this a modified tile or is this a modified plate? Like, is this a plate with two of the studs taken off, or is this a tile with two studs studded on? That's the question. More of these philosophical questions on today's test stream. OBS is telling me I actually have a viewer now, so welcome. Oh no, I acknowledged the presence of viewers. Shouldn't have done that. So yeah, you can already see this is obviously some kind of sleeping bed. Not giving you any kind of misleading tips, surely not. You can trust me to never steer you in the wrong direction. I am wondering a bit if it's focusing mostly on these bricks or on the bricks in my hand. Perhaps I should turn it up, the camera. Perhaps if I do like this, yeah. Or I just keep the build close to the table. That is also a possibility to keep the focus on what I'm actually constructing. instead of the pile. Never would I talk lightly of a pile, of course. For those familiar with 2Bricks lore. And they're gone again. But no matter, future viewer, I'm still here for you. In a way, it might be more relaxing to think of you as not present yet, but think of you as an abstract constant, abstract concept that will be present sometime in the future. Right, I should probably also look at copy-free music again or something. I wonder, should I put it, that light that I now put in front of the cam, should I put it here? Or should I make this light a bit brighter? Is that a... No, that is changing the color. Da-da-da. Of course, I'm also now a bit brighter. And I'm also already so bright and pale. So, I think that's step number 5. So, for you guessers at home, this is what this build looks when you're 5 steps in. Let's continue. Put on 2 more brackets. How would you describe this bracket? A 2 by offset, no, a 1 by 1 by offset 2 brackety bracket. Face down, hang down bracket. These and more questions on tonight's stream. Tonight, to this afternoon's stream. So, still no colors to really give it away, but we are getting to a little bit of shaping, which I would say is slightly misleading at the moment, but let's press on. Step number 9. This hinge piece doorway thing connects a plate and several modified tiles with stuff taken out of them. Striped tiles, how grill pieces? Who knows? Then we continue with the tan bracket. Put this here. Put this 2 by 1 rounded plate with holes in the studs, studded studs. And then a 4 by 4 plate. Put on, what's a goal? What is a goal? Huh? Oh, there's goals. Wait. I've never actually seen what can I do? Top chat. It is fun to see how different Twitch controls are to, at least the old Twitch controls, 2019 controls are to this modern, more modern incarnation. No, not modern incarnation, YouTube incarnation of streaming. And it seems like I just got into it at the right time, because I feel like they pushed off. Like it's very hard to find a live stream of someone. I guess unless you're subscribed to them, which is kind of a yeah, because it emphasizes the make videos first, stream second part of the streams. Right. Quickly going to notify a friend. Chip. For anyone watching this in the future, this will not become like my main thing that I do. It's more that I thought I would test it out. Since in December I'm trying to finally push. Well, I've been pushing for a long time, but I'm trying to push into finally unlocking what. Hey, welcome, chatter. But seeing how it says your name again, I can already guess. I do think it erases the chats from the live chat once it's in the what's it called? The archived version. They can already imagine birthing a YouTube baby. Ah, this one. Yeah, I guess in a way it has brown for the shell and then some tan for the other parts. I wonder, perhaps the key is to put some more light from this side on it. Then you can actually see more color, right? Message retracted. Wait. Can I say live chat to see what? No. Wait, how does this work? Yeah, I don't know if you think it was a bad thing that it's disappeared, but it seems to have disappeared. So if that was not you were thinking would happen, and possibly something bad happens, but a YouTube baby. No, I think we're staying clear from all birth related activity for now. I'm a bit confused already. Right, I misdid these. I have one chat message and I misplaced. Hello there, chat. I misplaced this specific brick. Yeah, I am. If by some chance you're still here, because you're not and have not yet shown up in my overview panel yet as a viewer. But if you're still here, the idea is to keep it all Lego focused, by the way. So now if this does do well somehow, then it's always a possibility. Right, there's also a 20-second delay on things. So if you don't see me responding to something, that's because I probably took the wrong settings. And that does explain why it took about a minute for people to leave when I had 2 viewers earlier and I mentioned that I had viewers. And yeah, even if you don't call them by name because I don't see who is watching, just mentioning that there is like some trace being left is already enough to scare away the viewers. I feel like I might need to turn up the light. I also, of course, also just have overhead lights that I should be able, if I find the remote again. Find the remote again, should be able to put in a more lightingly way. That's just more blue, right? It's not really, don't think it helps with the image. How do you think this this looks? I guess I can also ask you later. Or I can wait 20 seconds before I think you might have left. So we turn this one up. Reminds me of something light is uglier. I could also like make this more yellow. Does this help? I can also make this one a bit more yellow, I guess. On the fly. Where are my buttons? No, wait, that's the wrong direction. So this is like in terms of color, it's not showing a lot yet, but in terms of shaping, I can imagine some people could already possibly guess it. How's your day been, by the way? Just the parts you want to possibly share in chat. This one? I think you have a lot more metal in your pizza than I usually do. Than I usually do have. Seemingly. Okay, now we're starting to get creative with the shaping and the things. Probably the preferred focal length for the video is right about here, I guess. I'm going to do another test with the camera a bit higher, hoping that it will focus more on the builds and less on the other things that are still here. Does it focus on the builds? The problem is my preview is not so big that I can immediately tell for sure if it's now focusing on this instead of this. Probably if I just fill the whole screen. Yeah, metal, because like light bluish gray. If you're saying, wait, are you going for pineapple pizza? I thought you meant this build was still giving you pineapple pizza vibes. And in that sense, I would think I don't have that amount of light bluish gray, or yeah. Usually it's used for metal if you're like making some Star Warsy thing or whatever. That is true. It's emulated metal. It is actually plastic. All of it is plastic, but even the brown bits and the tan bits are also plastic. So, and I did think you are making pineapple pizza, but I might be very before cheeses. Well, there are a lot of wedges in here, and the word wedge is half of the word group cheese wedge, which is a piece, right? Like these are called cheese wedges, I believe. The very tiny 1x1 slanted tile pieces. But do you have any guess of what it could be? Does it actually show the title? I didn't check. Like I gave him a title, but the stream settings, yeah, it's still a very basic setup, so I don't have anything on screen now, no UI. Like if I continue doing this, I will probably make another Godot software again to kind of help me put some more stuff on the screen. In a what do I want to say? In a flexible manner. It does show. So if I mean, right now it's not in 5 seconds that you guess it, right? But I guess like usually people only come in a bit later, and I feel probably when I open should I confirm / deny things, or should I only say yeah, that's completely correct or that's completely incorrect? I don't know. Should I what's the best way to do this? Oh no, we're getting to our first sticker piece, and this feels like it should not it didn't need to be a sticker piece. Then again, with it being a sticker instead of a print, it is something else on there, but this will confirm or deny at least part of your hypothesis. So let's try. Hold our breath. The problem is I either give you guys a good view as so far as it wants to focus on me, or I either have a good view myself for this thing, and now people are actually watching me, so I'm getting the shakes. Come on, keep it together, keep the thing steady. Wait, is it actually this side up? It is this side up, so for alignment, basic alignments, we were good. This is probably more in focus. Now, how do we rate this? I think this is a like, it's not perfect, but I'm glad with that. This is okay for me for applying a sticker, especially when the world is watching. Okay, so yeah, I think we can probably confirm now that we are, if not in a Star Wars theme, at least in something that has like consoles and stuff. Okay, let's continue. More of these pieces. Put 2 lights here for some reason. 1x1 rounded plates. And then the 2x1 rounded hold up plates as well. Now the idea would be to finish this in one sitting. There's 6 bags, and I've been streaming for 34 minutes. Now that, having said that, the first at least 5 minutes were spent like checking if I was actually streaming. It does work differently than Twitch. Not that differently, but I guess actually the problem was that it works less different from Twitch than I thought, because when I first checked it a while ago. I thought you always needed to start a stream from your YouTube channel and then go into your OBS or whatever, your software. But I didn't do that. I just started it from OBS and I was live immediately. I may also have kind of pushed the wrong button, thus starting the stream a bit too early. But it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. So these are the two final pieces. And I think shape-wise, something is already being implied. And I can already... It's something of which I saw at least one review, and I can already confirm the first thing they said. It does feel that way. But we do have two free pieces of Lego. We didn't pay for these. Lego just gave us these for free. I'm going to stick them on here. Although this one doesn't really show up. If I perhaps I'll stick it on there. And now it's no longer a 1. So never say that Lego became so stingy it doesn't give presents anymore, because sometimes it does. Very, very, very tiny small presents. Having said that, back to is safe. It does not have any minifigs that can spoil the thing. Right, if you're in America and you're not used to having your sets constantly be paper bags, or perhaps rarely, these are paper bags. I just ripped one open without giving you the ASMR experience. But this is YouTube, right? So you can always go back 10 seconds to catch it. But there don't seem to be any minifigs in this bag. Some colors, however, yes, they start to give away some more of the colors that are present in this build. Like it would probably be more fun if I had like a prize to give away. I can imagine if I ever, like if YouTube does ever happen, like the getting the ad thing from YouTube. I don't know if this would actually amount to anything like a stream. But that would be fun, right? Guess the set and you win it or something. But yeah, currently that is not on the table. I barely had the money myself to buy this, so it will stay in my collection. But it will normally, I should bring it on camera for something else later as well, giving further proof that perhaps Gawain or Gawain was on the right track. And we might be in the right theme. At least. So a lot of black here. I don't know. Yeah, it's picking it up if I shift it a bit like that. But it is giving Star Wars vibes, right? Already the shaping, the console, the fact, like another friend of mine would say, the fact that most of what is visible on the ship right now is gray and dark gray is also possibly a hint. Right, having said that, but I don't think he has time right now. Now, if I do more of these, I might also notify Blue Sky people, although that's more of a, hey, I'm a game dev place. So I don't know if people would actually, really react to it. But on the other hand, like having 1 or 2 viewers is so much better than having none. So even if it's a stray view, it is very welcome. And I'm jamming to the music I hear on my headphones, but chat is not hearing that, so I should, for the next time, I should look for a royalty-free music thing. Wait, I'm already applying this 1x8 tile to this 2x8, but the instructions have not told me to do that yet. There is a small extra challenge for me because the way the lighting is set up, it is positioned exactly right that it's interfering with my reading of the manual, since the manual is, I would say, glossy, right? This is not matte, right? Yeah, I think this counts as glossy, which is the ideal, are the ideal conditions for not actually being able to read, the manual. So now we already have this over here and this, and the screen is getting filled with all kinds of clutter. We need to keep the spare pieces in image, and something over here. Perhaps, I wonder, would it be better if I put myself over here, perhaps? That would probably be better, right? Because I'm working more here than I'm working over there. Let's put it like that, even though, I think people would say, in a way, I'm stop shaking. It's or stop snapping. People would already say I'm more of a lefty anyway, so I guess that's also fitting. So continuing, we put the green rounded tile on the thing, and then the corner piece plate in blue, and then that's that sub build finished. Hey, Gawain, if you're still here, perhaps that's a way to make back on some of the money for the Venator for Joe. Did he actually get it, by the way, first? And second, if he also streams, who knows? Or if he's streaming and you're like being the MC on the stream, then you kind of earn back the investment of the Venator. He said, and then had to wait for 20 seconds because, I think basic Twitch delay is not 20 seconds, which might be better to not have a 20 seconds delay. But it was configurable, so I think I can put it on like 5 or something. And now that I know that's what kind of delay 20 seconds is, I might need to push that to 5. Yeah, this is basically the same thing as on the other side, but flipped. And then we put this one here. If anyone wants to venture a guess, you are more than welcome. As we edge ever closer to it just spelling out what it is. Then again, I might also be paranoid, since I know what it is and I have a skewed image of how recognizable things are. Second sticker time. There's only 5. I cannot count. 5 in the set. Another console, a big one this time. Let's put this at the center. Try to give you a good view while keeping some kind of view on there. For those who don't know yet, this is the best way to apply stickers, because you can easily maneuver it. It's small. It's less like it will maneuver into small places more easily. It won't keep sticking to your finger. It will not make your finger a bit sticky by leaving some residue or whatever. So yeah, this I would fully recommend this. This being the second console. Yeah, if you've seen any reviews or similar, you already know what this is. But if you haven't, the mystery remains. White and blue. And then Star Wars. This makes sense. I forgot a 1x4 yellow plate. I was already wondering why it wasn't even connecting to anything. But like this, it does. And more stickers. But I don't know if I want to apply these per se. I'm going to hold off perhaps on this sticker. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that sticker. Not that it would give anything away, but just don't think it is so needed at this specific moment. So, future viewer, again, it's just you and I. Whoops, it flipped. Yeah, you need to put it here, but I'm confused. Okay, and then you put that one there. Right, and this is for shooting any missiles, but it's completely loose. I'm like, won't this just fall off if you turn it over? I'm a bit confused. And then by attaching these new pieces, I think I have not yet seen this piece, at least. Come on, zoom in on the thing, or focus on the thing. Right, and now I think the moment future viewer, even you, will know what this is, has arrived. As I attach, I flip this around and I attach this to that, and we get this. Although like there is still another possibility. There's still another possibility that has kind of a similar vibe. We haven't given the game away completely yet, although at least part of it. But the jig might be completely up once I connect this piece and the shaping becomes so clear. We connect this to the front. And then we go to the other side. Some more tiles, transparent tiles. Whoops. Yeah, as I said, I don't see how this is meant to stay in. Like, it's just 2 tiles and then you put a plate with some more tiles on there. So I do wonder if there's some kind of any mechanism to keep that in, or if that's just not so well thought out. I don't remember that being discussed in reviews or something, so I guess we'll find out as we continue and eventually finish the build. Okay, I have this piece left over. I don't think I'm supposed to have this left over. The mystery is resolved. This is supposed to connect here, and then when you place this here, now suddenly it cannot go anywhere, but it can probably still pop up to, yeah, see, it's hard to show, yeah, but you can see now it pops up when you shove the very loved cannons in there. Not these, but no, the missiles. It's flicked missiles, right? And then even more free Lego. I did not pay a single cent for all of these mini bricks and mini pieces, and still Lego provides, and that means that we're on to bag number 3. Some more ASMR for those who are curious. I did not watch the levels, so I don't know if that's actually something annoying or very bad. There's a minifig in here and it has hair. And I got an extra hair piece. That's a first. Are they giving extra hair pieces now? That's yeah. Why not? Why not? I would actually like it a lot if we got extra face pieces, head pieces, because I'm working on a thing, a future project, and because of what the project is, it would help to have a lot more faces with different expressions on them, and sometimes I have more options, but they are on specialized minifigs that cost a bit too much to just throw away by using it. I'm going to reframe it a bit here. Costs too much to just take away from the minifig and put on a random other minifig for a shot. But so we continue in bag number 3. I don't know if much mystery is left for anyone, but it might be from a set of a wave they didn't catch, or perhaps a new Star Wars fan, or indeed someone who simply is not up to date with Lego, or didn't catch the thing it's based on. So let's keep the mystery alive. But that being said, if someone now or future, like if you're watching this in the future, you can always let us know with a timestamp of when you figured out which build this is, because it is still that build. Didn't do any tricksy tracksy. Yeah, sometimes it feels, it looks a bit dark to me, but I think probably if you see this full screen, should I check it? Yeah, I guess that might be because I put all of the light a bit more yellow, right? It's not possibly not actually that dark, but it's just because the wood grain a bit darker. Plus, I feel like sometimes it also, depending on what is on screen, it kind of changes how it colorizes the other things. Now I will say, I will already reveal that this is a set that has been out for a little while, but I only picked it up very recently as it was on sale, and it felt like full price was a bit of a stretch, and I liked the sale price a lot better. Anyone who is building Star Wars probably knows that evermore it is a good idea to postpone your purchases a bit so that you can get more. I'm just, wait, yeah. In a way I should have some way of putting different lighting on the table and on me, because I'm overexposed, I would say. And the table, yeah, depending, I mean, this white is not, wait, it's because I put this in front of the light, and the very close light comes from here. Plus it's also turned down perhaps a bit too much. Yeah. See, now there's more light again. Yeah, okay. That makes full and complete sense. That is how it is. Now I do like this setup compared to like the very, very first stream I ever did was when I got the amazing, but now I guess no longer the most recent Slave One. Like I think 2015. I think it was put out, but I only got it in 2000. I want to say 2017. And yeah, I liked it a lot. It was the very first Star Wars and Lego thing I got after a long while. And only during COVID I got really back into Star Wars and Lego. And I hear I'm not the only one to whom that happened. Is this correct here? Put in the Technic pins. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm doing a Lego stream, would it be better to not speak? Probably might be better that if I speak, I do it in a very calm and relaxing way. I become someone else with a smooth voice, smooth vibes. Clickety, clackety. Red, light bluish gray. And we get a blue tile with this, and I think that's the couch. And then what's left is what is left. Some more Technic, another tile. And now we're moving into bag 4 territories. There are 6 bags. Been streaming for an hour, so this should wrap up in 2 hours. I seem to grow more confident in that estimate. I'm going to remove another minifig, even though, yeah, I think anyone watching this and wanting to watch this will probably have enough general know-how of sets that are out to have a pretty good idea of what this is by now. The white, the blue. There's something here, there's something there. It's brown, so it implies something that minifigs can sit on. And I think most of the things that would immediately give it away should be gone now. Although I kind of wonder if the color of the minifigs, like there's one generic minifig in here, might give it away less than the colors of the mystery builds. Again, if you guess it's when you're watching this, feel free to leave a timestamp, or if you're watching live and you guess it, you can always post your guess in the chat or in the comments description. No, not the description, the comments, the posts, and let us know. And until then, I'll try to bring my hands back into the screen while I'm building, because that was the whole point. So bag 4, where I already make a mistake by supposing it would go the same on the other side. Actually place like this. Right, because I think I'm working on something that explains so a very long thing from 2 kind of want to sing along with the song I'm listening to, but then YouTube will say we do not want you to do that, so I'll only sing in my head. Se negada. Plus, I also might not be able to sing that well, so perhaps that's another reason to not sing out loud. So this is shaping up to be something. It might connect to this. Like this, and then like that. Yeah, I wonder, should I actually put me closer? So there, it also calls for a sticker here, but since I'm not convinced yet of the stickers, I'll leave it off. Plus, with the future plans I have for it, like the two consoles, those are cool. Those, even if I take this apart, they are very useful. But the detailing stickers, they are not. Perhaps I shall reveal that it was this sticker. And yeah, I can basically show all of them. So these are also have been used or will be used or should have been used, but are not actually, for the way I'm building it right now. It's not like that. It's connected to a new wedge piece, I guess. Wedge plate. What's this called? Like, I used to call it wings, but I have gathered that's not the Bricklink naming, which seems to be what in the community I think is sort of the standards, the golden standard, if Bricklink calls it away. Of course, Bricklink losing some goodwill in the last few days, so that might change a bit. Okay, now I'm going to do the move that really gives away which build this is. So if you're thinking, okay, I want to make a guess, you should do it now, because I think after this, unless you don't follow the theme of Star Wars at all, I think you will be able to, if you haven't already, see what this is. And that's my, in just the right time, my lamp running out of juice. I'll take another battery, which is just over here. So it will take me only a second. Yeah, I have two lights that use electricity and one that uses no, actually also two that use batteries. But yeah, I guess this says it all, right? It's something that connects here and it slots into something here, but you might be able to pick up that you can also place it like that. And I think this probably removed the last bit of mystery. It does have a very satisfying, like, connecting this is a very, or at least somewhat satisfying. We flip over the build to secure it further into place. This builds. Yeah, I don't, even though I think the game is up, I don't actually want to be the first one to say it. And if no one ever says it, then I guess it will remain a mystery for each and everyone who watches this, until they figure it out by themselves. the only thing that I will repeat is the hint that it is indeed a Star Wars set. So people current follow that a little bit. They know what's up. Surely. Surely. And you connect this piece to that piece. Sturdy up this construction, this very long construction. Flip it to the other side. Yeah, we basically already saw this being built in reverse, so this can also be a bit sped up, I guess. Yeah, I guess now that I'm playing the piano, I could try to just play one of the pieces I know, record that, and then that's also okay to use, right? Piece that was written like 100 or more years ago, and then I play over it. Then again, does that pair well with Star Wars? I wonder. This would have gotten 2 stickers from the sheet. Again, I don't think anyone's confused anymore about which build this is, unless they're not following the Lego thing at all. But just to give those lost people also the full chance that they deserve, and be transparent. Those stickers are technically part of the build. This fancy piece, flippity flippity, securing the connections. Yeah, I think it is actually asymmetrical. Pretty sure it's asymmetrical in small ways, but I think it's even, yeah, this is even asymmetrical in a bigger way, which is nice, I think. So we have this, and then now we connect the second thing. And if you're still wondering what this is, I can give you a final hint. If you look at this at the base and these point up like that, and you know that Star Wars follows a naming convention where you try to find a letter, at least on this side of the conflict, try to find a letter that you can sort of recognize in the ship, and that becomes the name. Then you get the answer of what this, yeah, and I guess I also now revealed that this is a ship, it's not a speeder. But yeah, this shape, and you can do this with both sides, I guess. Again, I think most people know what's up. Oh, wait. I also need to look back at this later so I can kind of figure out how the picture is looking. Is everything like focused enough? I probably want to put a light in front of me, but that's also where the laptop is, I guess. But the laptop is very... This might actually be a lot better, right? In terms of lighting, even though it might now be a bit too much. It's a little bit less harsh. Or less powerful even. Okay, and then we take... It just fits in the frame, I think, right? Yeah, that's my finger. That's... it just does not... yeah. Perfect. So you go to the other side and then we close off both sides to really make the bottom part a bit sturdier as well, I guess. And that's back for taken care of. You can see it's very flexible. You can even hold it like this. Well, yeah, it's not completed either. Saying that, back 5. I was wondering if the connection would hold, but so far I haven't. At least, if I look at what OBS is telling me, I haven't dropped a single frame yet. So I guess at least if I stream when Sarah is not at home and watching things. But they did put better internet cables in the street, so I presume at one time we'll be able to upgrade our thing. So at that time I might even have all the bit rates, even as Sarah is also watching something. Okay, so yeah, I would also call these wedges. Guess I need to study up on my terminology, but I did hear mention that another Lego YouTuber was preparing to do more build streams where he would be talking about all of the pieces, so I guess that would be a good educational experience to level up my where do I need to place those? Okay, here, to level up my Lego terminology. Need to find 4 of these. Like, I also have a camera on my face, but I think more than when I had it on me while I play the game. Like I'm rarely ever looking into that camera. You're probably looking more at my scalp and forehead. Yeah, that's English, right? Forehead. Than anything else. but perhaps that's okay. Who knows? Like, what's the name of these? Like, this is also kind of a tile, but it's also slopey. It's, how do you call these? Or how does Bricklink call these? Like, I've made so many mocks having to order so many pieces on Bricklink, but you never really read what it says, right? You just go through your collection, or you look at the image that's next to the birds, and then you say, oh right, that piece. So even with all of these, like I've now, I think I've ordered more than 100 things on Bricklink, because I have a score of 100, and I only get a score when I order something. So, and still, here it is. Still, I don't know what this is called. I guess a modified plate, but a tile, I guess. I have a feeling that's not actually how a modified by sloping tile. Mini slope, an unstudded slope, a tiled unstudded slope piece. Like, I don't know why I'm suddenly having more problems finding certain pieces than I've had in all of the builds so far. Something about, is it the long bars that are distracting my scanning view? Or is the other side, the other side is not gray. The other side is white. So working on the stern, is the stern the back side? Working on the rump of the ship. That seems correct. So we want 4 of these. We also want to put more Technic pins in that rump. We want to pin up that rump. Well, at least technically we want to pin up that rump. These and more jokes on tonight's stream, or this afternoon stream, or this morning stream, depending on where someone hypothetically is watching from. Now, for those only tuning in hypothetically, since the build is to the side, perhaps it's a bit more of a challenge again of what I'm actually building. Any guesses are free to pop up in chat or the comments. If you watch this at the later dates, give us a timestamp of when you figured it out. But I guess then you already saw the first time I said that, so it's not really necessary to remind you to do that. Unless you're skipping through the video. So many possibilities. The black is not so visible on the cam, I would say. Yeah, so perhaps I do put this higher, this light. The white at the top gets a little bit blown out, but yeah, the black remains very black, very dark. Another piece I don't really know the name of, like I guess you could go the modified brick way, depending on it feels probably, is this a tile, a modified tile with like an edge? Or possibly it just has a different, completely different name as well. Yeah, I'm building 2 of these because it says to build 2. That's why you see me, and it's identical, so that's why you see me build it at the same time. Don't sing or you'll be demonetized. Unless you make your own song. Well, demonetized in the sense that I'm not partnered, so I this doesn't really do something anyway. But like theoretically, like hypothetically, theoretically, this could at a future date, technically. Why, how that? So we now take these, we attach them to there, to this, and to that. Looking at that nice bedankedonk. As I looked at the ship's bedankedonk, and then I realized this was supposed to be a bracket, not a plate. Alrighty then. Well, this appears to be a well, technically we call it a thing. This is another 2-for-1 build, so doing what you just saw me do. Attach this like that, and then you do this like that. Did that actually? Now, having a previous build like that does mean that this pattern is not the same on both sides, but kind of feels in a not fully intended way. Yeah, and this is then even a more confusing part, like a sloped plate, modified plate with something or other. Should I actually like slide up the mic a bit, just so we get some better Lego clicky clackies? Possibly just activate the camera mic as well to pick up those clicky clackies. This does not feel right. Something... These are not identical. I forgot to pad this one with so and so. I think now it'll be similar. And then we add these to the upper Technic pins. So now we have two big wings that kind of form a ladder, and then 4 spaces at the back, probably to attach something to. And then we're building 4 of the same, so we take a Technic rod or axle, we attach a cone, a transparent light blue cone piece to it, and then one of these dealies, whatever they're called, like a non-stick tube Technic thing. And then, yeah, a engine like thing which is fitting. And then we start with the round 2x2 bricks. We're starting to get some shaping here, and we actually don't start with the round brick. First we apply a rounded tile modified with a hole, 2x2 tile with a hole in there, that we actually get a smooth transition here. So 3 more of those. Which we now have, so we can apply them to the other axles like that. Then we have 4, and then we also have 4 of these bigger 4x4 rounded bricks with a hole in them, and then a 4x4 plate with a hole in it, and those seem to go together. Yeah, I was thinking for a second, why do we still have a back number 6? But of course there's still something missing after I put on these 4 things to the build. I have 1 more of these remaining because I didn't apply it to one, or it slid off possibly. So rounded 2x2 tiles in a corner. Yep, and non-extra. We do have a two small wedge pieces here, cheese wedge for the pineapple pizza. And then we apply this one. And then we apply all of those to this. And we apply it here. And we apply it here. And we apply it here. And I was not paying attention, so I applied it here twice. I'm not paying attention to what I held in my hands. That can be right. Oh, of course. So let's reapply all of these because I missed one. As we get close to the finish line, more and more problems are being made. You can actually also use this screen, right? And if I switch to here, you can actually, then you can see it's more better, like. Okay, which one did not get it yet? This one is still lacking the upgrades, or rather the correction. And we also have this one to spare. And then we go to the ship. We have these connection points. Let me go here. And stab my eyes out accidentally. And then I put the axle, oops, through, and we put it through. There's still a bit of axle sticking out, so at least that we still need to do. Bag number 6. And there also seems to be missing something here and here. I don't know if this one has landing gear. That might be a bit much to ask all in the final bag. But I think you can see what this is becoming. What this already is. It could have taken battle damage and coming in for an emergency landing. And then the final bag. At the end, I should probably also build the minifigs on screen. Just to make sure. I don't know about you, but yeah, I don't really focus on these a lot. There you are. So these are always a bit spare, at least to me. And then the last minifig I was really looking forward to, although I now have another version because of end of year shenanigans. Oh, that has a nice extra touch that I didn't know about yet. Let's watch that extra touch later on. I think the other two pieces of the minifig are in the small bag. I'm guessing this will go somewhere here, possibly. And then open this discreetly. $20 left. Now, it's not that I'll die if I go over time, though I did start a bit late, so I guess I will die. No. This isn't right. Unless I'm missing something, it does not have the correct pieces in here. What? Okay, perhaps it will turn up, or it was in here still. No paperback mystery. I'm missing a piece from a quite important piece of the minifig. Ah, no, wait, I already got it. So I just got, okay, I got more, just more of the other things. I thought I got something wrong, and we're right back into make 4 of something, since we just put on engines, but the front side was missing. So I guess we know, once we do one of these, we know what the next 3 times I'm doing of these will look like, and that is oriented like that, I think. Probably in between, yeah, like that. That's one. Heavy engines and very light wings. I think that also actually is how planes do it, so that makes sense. And this is a planetary and space travel ship, so it does need to navigate atmosphere as well. I actually don't know if there's ships in Star Wars that are only space, because if you don't need to navigate atmosphere, I guess you don't really have use for, technically, for wings. That said, since space movement in Star Wars works actually like planetary air movement works, I guess they always need it, since the wings aiding in the direction is always implied. So that's 4, and we can finish off our engines. It is also a bit like a bat'leth to since we just had Lego Star Trek as well. It might be okay to say this, that is, it also feels a bit like a, although that's more wide, right? No, it's not a bat'leth. Isn't there a no, wait, it's Halo, the Halo stabby thing. And then we finish the front side of the engines by placing these with this part in an upward direction, or a vertical direction, orientation even. Yep. Can decide between cameras. Oops. Yeah, I think I think, and therefore I am. I do wonder if people would comment on this later on, where they usually figure out what it is. And this is an asymmetrical build, it seems, so I can push, wait, and then I put it like that again. Yeah, I'm glad I at least thought of setting up two focal point thingies. Yeah. Guess I need to slide it over here to focus on that piece. And as we go ever closer to the reveal, as much as it can be revealed anymore, we arrive ever closer to a finished ship. Yeah, I guess I mainly wanted this because of an idea and also because of the minifigs. And you do get 4 in this set. So that's another tip. What does this do? I think it's also a button. I don't know if we go back into the cockpit for some detailing. What does this do? Would it pop open the... pops open the cockpit. So there is a second, I guess, play function light in here that I did not know about. Right, and here we go. We put in the, I think, canopy, right? And then, and then you pop it open, which makes sense since you can't really grab it. It makes sense that you put that in to get that extra thing. And since this button is also now locked in, everything's nice and snug. Like, it remains a pity that this is supposed to contain 2 pilots, but it only has room for 1. Although this is also a second version, just like the Slave 1. This has already been made into another version of. And that version, I looked again, also, unless I'm mistaken now, I'm misremembering it, that also only had 1 seating place, right? So you actually need to turn to the custom markets anyway to get a 2-seater configuration of this, which might already kind of expose the idea I had for these, why I got it in the first place. Oops. Is it? Yeah. So it's creating a tiny window and it's connected with these. I would expect it to be there, but oh wait, no, these are the sliding doors which don't actually slide. I either forgot or didn't catch that they opened this way instead of sliding. Well, yeah, I knew there was something not, yeah, so this is actually the side door. I guess this way it can also double as a sort of landing gear. Then we close it like this. We're so close to the final shape, the finished shape. And then we just have the minifig reveal remaining. And I wonder if anyone at all, whoever watches this, will only at the minifig say, oh wait, now I know what that is. Especially if perhaps, yeah, non-Lego fans or people who don't follow Lego might then pick up because they follow the series. They watch the series. They might then come in like, oh yeah, is that how they portrayed that? So now I did spoil that it's based on a series, not a movie. So that eliminates a few options. As far as any others were remaining. Like, yeah, I guess you could call it differing depending on what it featured in. So I put this. This is the last, I think so, right? Yeah, this is the last piece of things. We have a few more pieces remaining. And then we have the window. I put it, connect it here to get the cockpit bottom see-through thing. I think one of the things that makes this ship so fun, so cool, and also authentic, because this thing is basically a dropship, and in the real life airplane stuff and so on, and helicopters, I guess, that are used to carry personnel, they also have that. So then, before we fully reveal the name of the sets, let's go over the figs. So this first one could still be a bit misleading. Like it's the basic face, basic grumbly face on a white uniformed dude, but then you add this headpiece, this headgear, hat, and then you combine it with a shield. Suddenly you think, wait, how many shields do you see in Star Wars? Not a lot. You give him a way too big a gun. So that's number one. I guess the second one should then be this. I guess this person, even though like is also main character, is in terms of minifigs perhaps not the most telling. But if I can get it to zoom in, how do I not zoom in but focus? I can see that it's a lady, and she has a hat. She has a hat with blonde hair, also a gun. These belong together, and they're just a bit imperial, but not with stormtrooper helmets or something. More of a kind of upper echelon organization within, and then we'll fully give it away. I think in the series this one only comes in late, so I guess this is giving it away the least. So this is a droid, K2SO. Again, most people will already know, but I'm just for those last few stragglers, trying somehow not to spoil it. I'm wondering, whoops, that's his arm. That just fully popped off of there. K2SO. And then we have, of course, the last one. We have Andor Cassian. This being K2SO, so this must be Deidre. Deidre last name. Does she have a last name? Deidre Miro. And yeah, I got an extra hairpiece for Cassian as well. Is it different, I wonder? If it's different, it's not right. Yeah, so I think I just got 2 hairpieces for some reason. That doesn't seem to happen often. So if this is the crew of Andor, well, this must be, of course, the U-Wing. The new sets, this must be the final reveal. Yeah, everyone, you were right. This is the U-Wing, the 75399, the 2025 sets, and which was way too expensive. But I picked it up for 42 or something, which I thought was a good price. At least for getting access to, I think there's a good amount of pieces in here and a few minifigs, especially Deidre. I don't think will come in another set, and I didn't have a K2SO yet. I do now have a K2SO because I bought the Maddie builds. Like you see a chopper here, and like if I put myself away there, and this in this size. That also comes with the minifig, I think. And I do have a Cassian, but now seeing him from the earlier set. But yeah, he has long hair and he's clothed completely different. So it's actually kind of like, what a shame that we only got so few pieces, right? We have Luthen here. We have the long-haired Cassian Andor, the short-haired. I think that's only the 2 only sets that they've put out, right? And another Cassian Andor for the 2015 sets, 2017. But yeah, that's basically all the Andor we got. And yeah, I think. I should put it like this. We all know the final reveal was done. It was the U-Wing. And thanks to anyone who dropped in during the stream, it says I got 41 views, which is, yeah, that's kind of fun for a first stream. I can dig it. If perhaps next time we actually have some chatters in the room, that could work. Plus, I think technically it works. So also the idea to do an interview with someone. I guess that the technical problem is that it does require another stream, because then I need to have a video coming in and then reroute that video. So yeah, that might tax the PC a bit more, but yeah. Good experiment, I would say. Again, if you're watching this on video, tell me if you guessed it, by what points, if you think this was fun, and yeah, if you have any other suggestions or perhaps if there's time slots. I chose this because it was convenient to me. My wife isn't home yet, and it seems like some people from America could watch, and perhaps others from Asia are still up, so it seemed like a good time. That's it. Again, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Once I can figure out... Bye-bye. No, I'm gone. Stop streaming. Bye-bye. Stop streaming. You will not be